One day, nothing dramatic will happen. No headlines, no market crash, no emergency meeting. And yet, quietly, the dollar will matter a little less than it did yesterday. Not because it failed, but because countries stopped trusting it the way they used to. For decades, the US dollar has been the world's default setting. Oil is priced in dollars. Trade is settled in dollars. Central banks stack dollars like spare oxygen tanks. This gave the US an almost unfair advantage. Print the currency everyone else needs, and borrow cheaply forever. So why would any country walk away from that? Because the system only works if you believe the rules won't change. And recently, the rules started changing. After 2008, the world watched the US create trillions of dollars almost overnight. During COVID, it happened again. Money didn't just flow, it flooded. For Americans, this was survival. For everyone else holding dollars, it was dilution. When you save in someone else's currency, you're trusting their discipline. That trust cracked. Then came sanctions. When Russia's foreign reserves were frozen in 2022, a line was crossed. For the first time, central bank money, supposedly untouchable, was touched. Other countries noticed. Not just rivals. Neutral countries. Allies. The message was quiet, but clear. If politics shift, your savings might become leverage. So countries didn't dump the dollar. That would be loud, messy, expensive. Instead, they did something far more rational. They hedged. China began settling more trade in yuan. Brazil and Argentina experimented with local currencies. India paid for oil without touching dollars. Central banks bought gold at the fastest pace in decades. Not because the dollar is collapsing, but because dependence is risky. Here's the uncomfortable math. About 90% of global currency trades still involve the dollar. Roughly 60% of global reserves are still dollar-based. This isn't a revolution. It's erosion. Slow, boring, almost invisible. And that's why it matters. Because systems don't break when everyone panics. They change when incentives quietly shift. The irony is this. The US didn't weaponize the dollar to lose power. It did it to protect its interests. And it worked. Just not without consequences. Now we live in a world where countries are asking a new question. What happens if the currency that runs the system is also a political tool? There's no replacement waiting in the wings. No new global money ready to take over. Just fragmentation. More workarounds. More backup plans. The dollar may remain dominant for decades. But dominance used to be unquestioned. Now it's managed. And when the world stops asking, what currency should we use? And starts asking, what's the safest way not to use it too much?